Welcome to Code the Dreams Fall Demo Day. I'm Pam Bash. I'm the Director of Development at Code the Dream. So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining Code the Dream and our apprentices as they share their stories about how you, our donors, funders, volunteers, supporters, and friends have made life-changing opportunities possible, and how the projects that you'll see demoed today are helping organizations across the country to increase their reach and impact. You will hear today from one alumni about why he remains active and engaged with Code the Dream. You will see how Code the Dream projects are increasing the impact that teachers are having in under-resourced schools, how a texting app is helping organizations increase their reach to marginalized communities, and you'll be able to see how technology can give anyone visiting a museum the opportunity to explore their inner creativity. But before we start with our demos, I know that not everyone here is totally the dream, our models. So I wanted to give just a quick overview of what we do and, more importantly, why we do it. I think it's pretty safe to say with some certainty that we're living in a time of great uncertainty. Are we in economic inflation or stagnation? Will we be returning to the office full-time, staying remote, or maybe a combination of the two? Will it take 2 days or 2 weeks to receive my mail or package? But there is one thing that we at Code the Dream are certain of, and that is that technology can and should be developed for and created by diverse communities of people. We all know that there are apps that will help us find a cup of coffee, order in our favorite food from our favorite restaurant, or watch our favorite TV show anytime, anywhere. But what if you're a migrant farm worker looking to get vaccinated? Or a single mom who can't bring her child to the doctor because of a suspended license? Or maybe a student with learning difficulties who is struggling. How will their voices and needs be heard and represented in today's and tomorrow's technology? At Code the Dream, we focus on bringing life-changing opportunities to people in underserved communities and who are underrepresented in tech. Many of our students and apprentices, and actually even our staff, have the lived experience of being members of marginalized communities. At Code the Dream, though, they have the opportunity to not only build their skills, but drive the development of technology that can serve everyone. Code the Dreams model recognizes that for our students and graduates across the US, getting skills in software development is just the beginning. That first step, though, begins with 6 to 10 months of totally free intensive classes covering the fundamentals of software development. From there, students can move on to get their first real-world experience as paid apprentices at Code the Dream Labs, where the goal is a win-win. Students get the hands-on experience they need to launch their new careers, and they get that experience in building real apps and software platforms that address racial and social issues for those in need. We're proud that our students and our apprentices, about 85% of them, go on to get jobs in the tech industry, working as software developers, business analysts, project managers, and many other types of tech-related jobs. And with that, I would actually like to introduce you to one of our Code the Dream alums, Quay Weston, who is a former Code the Dream student and currently a product designer at Paylocity. Welcome, Quay.
Yeah, thank you, Pam. Happy Friday again, everyone. I'm Quay Weston, as Pam said, and I am glad to be here to talk a little bit about my experience at Code the Dream and a few other kind of initiatives we were building towards. So looking back, I honestly can't say enough how excited I was to be a part of the 2018 front-end React cohort. Along with having like a great teacher and mentor in Jared, I also became a part of a larger community of folks who come from various backgrounds with various experiences, which I realized I wouldn't have gotten without Code the Dream. During that time, I learned a lot about, I learned with and I learned from a group of people that were all making various shifts and finding our own lanes in the tech industry. During our time, I learned about like technical things, of course, so command line and React development, front end, HTML, CSS. But what the projects really taught me was how to communicate what I learned well, how to work with a team of developers, which is very important to what I do now, and also how to ask for help when I needed it. Code the Dream gave me the language to be confident about what I knew, and then to be honest when I didn't. After the cohort, though, that led to me tying my new front-end development skills with some skills I already had, which in my case was design experience, building websites and mobile apps and all sorts of things, or design-wise. And after spending time on LinkedIn, like reaching out to various people, asking for connections and doing like informational interviews with folks about their work, I took an interest in product design, or UI and UX design, as some folks call it. Today, I'm a product designer at an industry-leading cloud HR software company called Paylocity out of Schaumburg, Illinois, where I'm designing a couple big new products and also co-leading an initiative to make the entire suite of products accessible and ADA compliant. So Code the Dream played a really large role in how I view myself within the tech space, and also how I stay engaged with other Black, Indigenous, and people of color in the industry, which is severely important to me. It made me even more enthusiastic, though, to give back to the organization by being a founding member of the Code the Dream Alumni Network, which we launched this summer. So some of the goals there are things like making sure alums like myself have a space to stay connected to each other, provide access to support, and also opportunities for professional development. For example, I've been able to brush up on my presentation skills by presenting at the Code the Dream huddles, and then to partner with other alums to incorporate design principles and accessibility into future projects, and most importantly, to support current and future interns and apprentices at Code the Dream. So I'm especially glad to be a part of the demo day. I'm grateful to be able to share a bit about my experience and how Code the Dream impacted me. I'm even more excited to hear about and see the work that we're doing today, how that'll impact communities in the future. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Quay. Thank you, Quay, for coming today and discussing that on your life, and for helping us to continue to impact lives through our alumni network. Now, let's get started and meet some of our apprentices and the apps. Again, we encourage you to please post any questions in the chat. Lori Fernald Kamala, our Director of Programs, will take a couple of questions after each demo. But first, let's meet our first apprentices. We have Adriana Cabrera and Sheila Hernandez, who will then introduce you to the Teach for America app. Welcome, Adriana. Welcome, Sheila.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Well, let's start off. Maybe could each of you tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you come to Code the Dream? Why don't we start, Adriana?
Okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Adriana Cabrera. I am from Mexico City. And the way that I find Code the Dream was through an organization called Immigrants Racing. And later I apply and they accept me on the Ruby on Rails program.
Great. Sheila?
Hi, my name is Sheila Hernandez. I'm originally from Cuba. I have been an apprentice at Code the Dream for a year now. Before that, I worked for a nonprofit helping refugees and immigrants to resettle in the United States. I heard about Code the Dream for the first time when I was participating in a Rails workshop for underrepresented people in tech. And Daisy, one of our co-founders, gave a talk about Code the Dream in that conference.
Well, we're grateful that both of you found your way to Code the Dream. But can you tell us maybe about some of the obstacles that you've faced? Adriana?
Yeah. Well, as a woman of color, I was facing many challenges, like my barrier language for my accent and the image of the positions that a Latino woman should occupy as an immigrant. Those are some of them.
Sheila?
I share all of those. And also, for me, time management is on the top of the list because I'm a stay at home mom with two little kids, and I'm also trying to learn how to code at the same time without any experience in the field.
Being a stay-at-home mom with two kids, yeah. What is that like then being an apprentice at Code the Dream?
For me, it is a great opportunity because I'm able to work on real projects with for real clients, and also I have been able to develop the ability to work as part of wonderful and very supportive teams. I like the fact that the team lead is sort of a leader slash mentor that is always available and ready to help whenever I need it.
And Adriana, what's it like for you?
It's many things. It's like a second chance that the life gave me. Before Code the Dream, I was not able to work coding or doing any program. I was working in another field, helping elders as a nurse assistant or home health aide. Um, Also, I'm learning not only to go back to code, but as I am part of a great organization like Code the Dream that is giving opportunities for communities of color like me because they believe in them and also they believe in their dreams.
Great. Sheila, what's been one of Code the Dream labs for you?
So I always believed in technology and software development as a way to help and reach more people in need. So being able to develop apps from just an idea and work on them all the way through a final product that will have a social impact is like a dream come true for me.
Wonderful. Adriana, can you share why do you want to be a software developer?
Well, because I believe in pursuing your dreams. I was involved in this industry many years ago, and I would like to come back to build projects that I was not able to accomplish a few years ago. And I think so. At this era, the world needs inclusion and union in all the areas. Low-income Latina, woman of color is seldom someone's idea of looking like Mark Zuckerberg. And I hope that people that are dreamers or immigrants dreamers will come back and dream big. I thank Code the Dream because they gave me the tools, and two of my amazing mentors, Elliot and Mr. McGarvey, they never gave up on me. I think so. So coding is like living your life. You will find bugs, like bugs, something that is not working. You will find blockers, something that is opposed to whatever you want to do or you want to be, and also you will find loops, like you are constantly in a loop, like in a cycle, and you have to get out. But you can always upgrade your own version and become a better person. So that's what I think. So software developer is like living your life. And finally, I just want to say what it would be of this amazing country without immigrant dreamers. That's what I thank Code the Dream for the opportunity to dream.
Great. Thank you very much for both of you for sharing your challenges. You've both on the team working on the Teach for America app. And I can say, as a former ESL teacher, I can still remember the challenges of teaching and trying to engage students. It's really challenging. Sheila, can you tell us a little bit about this app that you're developing?
Sure. Teach for America is a network of teachers fighting for an excellent and equitable education. This organization needed a content management system to help the teachers to upload, search, and share courses and lessons materials. So our team has developed this peer-to-peer app that enables the collaborative process between the teachers, and it helps, especially the new teachers that may lack the experience to create their own lesson plans. So now we will play a little demo to show the main features we developed for this app. App. Welcome to the Teach for America Lesson Bank app. Nowadays, teachers are facing an incredible demanding task of educating while fitting into an imperfect and demanding system. Especially new teachers face the additional challenge of creating all new content for their classes. To help solve this problem, Code the Dream and Teach for America have teamed up to develop a tool that will allow teachers to browse and share content in one safe and easy platform. This will be our homepage, and here the teacher can use any general search term. Let's say we are looking for music courses. After the search, she will have access to see all the courses and lessons related with the topic she was looking for, in this case, music. The teacher will be able to easily narrow this previous search by subject, by district, by grade level, or she could select just courses or just lessons. The teacher will also have the possibility to refine the search here. Maybe she's trying to find a more specific course for piano classes. And from here, she can go and see more details on the piano codes. She will find the description of these codes and the documents associated with the codes. This document can be preview or download. This page will also show all the lessons associated with the codes. And for each of these lessons, the teacher could preview and download the documents associated with the specific lesson. The app also has a rating system where the teacher can favorite the codes she likes, and she will be able to easily find it later. We created this quick access from the navbar. From here, the teacher can access the courses she created, and she can access her favorite courses, her favorite list of courses. She can create, and she can, of course, sign out from the app. Well, this is a taste of the main features we developed for the app so far. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and thank you for listening.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Adriana and Sheila, for that great demo. I'm Lori Fernald Kamala, Code the Dream's Program Director, and I'll be taking a few questions here. We do have one coming in. How did you discover what features needed to be developed for the app?
They gave us the requirements. The teachers that are in the team developing, they gave us the requirements. Mm-hmm. And we are still developing some more features.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's part of all of our teams are meeting regularly with their clients to help figure out how best to meet their needs. That's wonderful.
And by the way, they are so happy.
Yes, they are.
That's great. So tell us, is the app available for all teachers, or is it just for Teach for America teachers?
For now, it will be available in 1 to 2 weeks for Teach for America teachers, and for now they are working just with 5 school districts in North Carolina. They may plan to be like national, but for now it's for North Carolina and for teachers.
That's great. Well, we look forward to hearing as the app expands. Y'all have done great work on this. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Sheila and Adriana. Now, let's meet Code the Dream Labs apprentice, Jasper Lynn, who will also talk us through the Code the Dreams texting app. Welcome, Jasper. Can you tell everyone, I guess, a little bit about yourself?
Sure, yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm Jasper. I'm from Taiwan. And I changed my career path from being a teacher to being a developer. But it was a long journey because when I first got here, I was looking for coding boot camp, and everywhere, like, it's super expensive. And I heard Code Dream through Code 10. That's when I was in San Francisco. And at that time, they only have, I think it was back in 2017, and they only have in-person class. So I was waiting, and then finally they have online class. So I enrolled ASAP, like, yeah. And I was like, I'm an immigrant. They have to take me. Yeah, they have to. But, I went through the interview and I got selected, and I'm here, very excited.
So what have been some of your challenges in becoming a software developer?
So for me, I have never tell everybody like that I am working with. I had a really bad car crash, and it caused really bad brain damage. So it took a lot of time and then some efforts to process information. So sometimes I couldn't finish like reading material in like several hours because I don't know, like sometimes my brain just couldn't function, and that's number one. So it's like an invisible disability, and number two is I'm a immigrant, and English is a second language, so that's why I'm a slow typer. And number three, yeah, I don't have a CS degree, so no computer science degree, and it's kind of a downer, but Code a Dream, they don't care. They just want to help you to grow, and everybody's so patient here. I'm super blessed. Yeah, that's my
Great. Well, yeah.
main obstacles.
Yeah. So what has been the most rewarding thing about working at Code the Dream Labs for you?
For me, it's growing as a team because I am really lucky. I got selected as an intern right after the coding bootcamp, and along with three of my other classmates, we were in a team working on a project. And you can see like the mentors, like they are so patient, but also you can see your teammates grow so fast. I was like, oh my god, I was so nervous. Like I'm kind of jealous at the same time, but you can tell it's very joyful, like seeing everybody grow along with you. Yeah, that's very rewarding. Yeah.
Great, thank you. You mentioned earlier that going to coding boot camp was expensive and it was difficult to afford that high cost. The app you're working on actually helps nonprofits with some of their costs as well as improving their reach. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about the texting app?
Sure. So our texting app the main purpose is to help nonprofit organizations to reach out as many people as possible through text messages. So it helped the nonprofit organization to reduce a lot of cost monthly just by using our app through the Signal API. So it's a very low cost but very efficient API they were using. And yeah.
I think as you said, in our research we found that some nonprofits were spending about $5,000 a month to communicate with maybe with their audience, which tended to be, I think, low income constituents. So this is a wonderful way, I guess, for them to reach those people because it reduces their cost of texting. So great.
Yeah, so on that note, let me introduce you to the texting app.
The main focus of this texting app is to offer our clients major cost savings for their group text message spending. Our application uses SignalWire API, which offers really low cost per line and per message. And here's our landing page. And next we have campaigns page. In campaign page, you can see the recipient and delivery rate of each group text message. Here, we can try create a new group text message. You can select multiple groups and type in your message here. And you can also attach files, one file at a time. And when you hit preview, it'll give you a preview of how many groups and how much it costs. So when you come back to the campaign page, you will see the bar changes. If it delivers, here we can check more details here. It says total affected contact number 2, and here we have this error message says it's unroutable message, which means it's not a real number. So no matter how many times we try, it won't really send out anything. You keep refreshing it, just keep reducing the success rate because the number is not real. So next we have contacts page. In this page we have more features. So you can create new contact by adding their name, numbers, and we can select multiple group now, and you can select multiple text. So next we're going to talk about the text. But you can also import contact numbers through a CSV file or export to CSV. Here we can directly managing this text by just click on the delete, or you can just click on this little checkbox and then add the text directly. You can also filter by text. So now we're filtering all the contacts with skilled tag. You can unselect and then go back to the all contact list. And once you click into your contact, click on the name, it'll access every text message and also the contact informations. Here you can see the groups and then the text, and also here's all the previous and the new messages here. You can directly send a contact direct message here as well. Next we have groups page. In groups page, you can check what groups you have in this organization, and you can show all the members here. You can also show the member details by clicking on show, and we can create a new group here. Upon creation, you can also add members. So you can search by first name with one letter, and you can just directly add them into group. And we have text page, which is for easy manage your contacts. Here we saw this text. And we also have users page for the admin users to add, edit, or invite the other users. Organization page for you to update your organization phone number, and settings for the users to update information. And then you can log out here. And that's it for today's presentation. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, Jasper. That is awesome. I think we're just going to do one question here. Can you tell us, is this texting app specific for one nonprofit only, or can anyone use it? And how, if so, how do they go about contacting you or us?
Sure, yeah. So our original target group was nonprofits, and we did like internal tested and reached out to at least few like texting messages. It was 2,000 contacts. Yeah, and it went through very smoothly, and that's why we are planning to reach out to more companies in a different different industries. So we just recently implement multiple organization functions, so we can take in like many organizations. Yeah, I'm sure what's the limits, but let's see how many organizations wanna try it out. Please contact us. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an internal app that Code the Dream has developed. If anyone is interested in using it, you can email me or Dan to learn more. We'd love to sign up some more folks to use it. Great job, Jasper. I'll turn it back to Pam now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jasper. Before we move on to our next guest and the last app, we're going to have a brief 3-question technology quiz for everyone. And there are prizes. So for the quiz, we ask that you just type your answers in the chat. You don't need to leave, just type them in the chat. The person whose answer is closest to the correct answer will win a classic Code the Dream notebook, which Lori is holding up. Yes. So get ready to chat with us to win your Code the Dream notebook. So the first question is, how many tech businesses are there in the U.S.? Let's see. Are people shy? Oh, okay. Wow. I've seen from like 50 to like 5 million. All right.
Okay, I think the person who was closest that I see, wow, this came really fast, was Elena. I believe that Elena is, and Barry. It looks like we had 2 people. So Elena and Barry, if you can please message me, Lori, with your addresses, we will get you a notebook.
And the answer to that question is there are 557,000 tech companies. Now, how many tech workers are there in the U.S.? I have to admit, this is based on 2019 numbers. Those are the most recent. So again, type your answers in the chat. Oh, seems like there's people are making some pretty good guesses. All right, I think we had someone who was a couple of people who were pretty close to the answer.
Oh my goodness, they're coming in so fast. Okay. Let's see. I know that. Let's see, Chris. Okay, it looks like Kelvin Kirui, one of our students, actually got very close, I believe. Pam, you want to give the answer?
Yep, the answer is 12.1 million tech workers. And our last question is, how many apps are available in Google Play and the App Store? So how many apps are available? Let's see if we can. Interesting. Infinity plus 1. I saw a variety of different answers. I'm not sure actually who was the closest, I have to admit. Lori, what did you?
I see that it looks like Elena, again, had a very close one, but since she already has a notebook, it looks like Nicole or Jeff both come in close. You want to give the final answer?
Yes, it is 7.3 million apps. That's a lot. Well, thank you. Congratulations to our winners. We do have your email addresses. You can either contact contact you, make sure that you get your lovely Code the Dream classic notebook. So let's move on. So as you can see from those questions, there is a lot that is going on in the tech sector, from the number of companies and workers to the sheer number of apps being developed. At Code the Dream, as we've mentioned, we're preparing our students and apprentices with the skills they need to launch their careers. But what about those more than 550,000 tech companies? Where do they fit into Code the Dream's plans? And with 7.3 million apps in Google and app stores, you would think there was an app for everything. But as you can see by the type of work that we're doing and that are being requested from our partners, there's not. There's room. So now I want to introduce you to Daisy Magnus Ayete, who is Code the Dream co-founder, former board member, and our current director of partnerships, to talk about our Code the Dream partnerships and our pipeline. I also want to introduce Dan Rearick, who is Code the Dream executive director, who will give you some insights into our projects and partners. So welcome, Daisy and Dan.
Thank you, Pam. Hi, everybody. My name is Daisy. I'm so excited that you're able to join today. As you can see from the presentation, Code the Dream really occupies a unique space in the technology ecosystem. As a nonprofit, we often work with organizations that serve people from marginalized communities. But as a development shop, we work with some of the most powerful technologies around, the same technologies that are used at companies like Google and Apple. We merge these two really disparate worlds by building and deploying software solutions in furtherance of social and racial justice. In the course of our work, we have cultivated partnerships with organizations that are looking to train their participants in software development. We've also partnered with corporations that are looking to diversify their workforce. For example, we've collaborated with Upwardly Global, a national nonprofit that is working to eliminate employment barriers for immigrants and refugee professionals. We've also worked with The Last Mile, an organization that seeks to prepare incarcerated individuals for successful re-entry. Participants from both Upwardly Global and The Last Mile have successfully completed Code the Dream classes and apprenticeships and have launched careers in tech. We're excited to be similarly engaged with corporate partners to be a part of helping them build a diverse workforce. Our alumni have gone on to work at companies like IBM, Cisco, and Airbnb. Though these companies are very different in the products that they build and the services that they provide, they have one thing in common. They realize there is still so much work to be done in terms of building that diverse workforce. So at Code the Dream, we're using our unique position to create a pathway from marginalized communities to careers in tech. We are committed to building the partnerships that will lead to more diverse teams, because diverse teams have the greatest capacity to build truly innovative, equitable, and inclusive technology, the kind of technology that benefits all of us.
Thank you, Daisy. We do really appreciate all our partners, both our community partners that refer amazing students to Code the Dream, as well as our great employers who then fight over them to see who gets to hire them. So now I want to also take a minute to talk about another important set of partners and clients, and those are the folks that contract with Code the Dream Labs to build the new technologies that they need. CTD Labs grew out of the understanding that when it comes to preparing for a truly life-changing career, nothing really compares to getting real hands-on experience. When CTD Labs was launched, the first apps we built were all for small nonprofits. Today we still do that, but we also work with national nonprofits, universities, local and state government, and diverse entrepreneurs, really building everything from informational websites to complex custom tech platforms and mobile apps for partners across the United States. Currently, we work on about 15 to 20 apps each year, So what you're seeing in these demos today is just the tip of the iceberg. Code the Dream developers gain real world experience by developing a wide range of applications addressing important needs across our communities. Early childhood education, criminal justice reform, access to healthcare, and immigrant and refugee rights, just to name a few. We believe that the result is critical experience for our apprentices, as well as invaluable tools for our partners.
Great. Thank you, Dan and Daisy. We have two questions in the chat that are sort of similar, so I'm going to ask it kind of together. Are high school students eligible to join the program? And one person's they're curious how selective the process is. They work with high school students, some of whom face barriers to higher ed due to immigration status. So basically wants to get an idea, how would they get into the program? How could they and be selected?
Thank you for those questions. So we are a career readiness program, and so we're looking for folks who are ready to launch careers, ready to go straight into the workforce. So at this time, we ask that our participants are over 18, and so that's generally where we're headed. And so once the participant graduates high school or turns 18 and they're ready to go into the workforce, that would be a great time to apply for our classes. In terms of how selective we are, we do want folks to come into the program with eyes wide open. And so we do have a multi-step application process that lets people try out some free online tutorials to kind of understand what it is they're stepping into, does it look like to be a developer, and that approximates about how much time we anticipate that they'll spend on Code the Dream per week. In terms of selectivity based on immigration status, Code the Dream really began as an avenue for people who were from undocumented backgrounds. And so that's really still part of the heart of the organization, that we really want to work with people from immigrant communities, regardless of their immigration status.
Thank you. And for Code the Dream Labs, do you develop your own apps, or do you develop them just for clients and partners?
I can take that. Yeah, we both. The majority are for clients and partners because we're aware that we're certainly not experts at everything. So we're usually designing things that other people have told us are very needed. However, there's a lot of great ideas kind of percolating up within Code the Dream as well. So we do occasionally have apps, particularly where we hear from a bunch of small organizations that might not have the bandwidth or resources to build something. If we keep hearing the same need over and over again, sometimes we go ahead and take that on internally. So a couple examples of that for us right now are the texting app that you already heard from Jasper about, as well as our Vamos Farm Worker Outreach app that's being used by organizations serving migrant farm workers across the country now.
Great. Thank you, Daisy and Dan. And now we will I want to introduce Kevin Arevalo, who is our Code the Dream Labs apprentice working on a app for museum. Welcome, Kevin. Hi.
Hello. Thank you, Pam. Hello, everybody.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself and how you came to Code the Dream?
Okay, like Pam mentioned, I'm Kevin Arevalo. Come from Salvadoran parents. And I came to Code the Dream after a career change. I started teaching myself how to code just by looking up videos at Google. And in that process, I came through a social media post offering free coding classes, and that was from Code the Dream. I clicked on it. I signed up for it. I went to the seminar, and they accepted me to join the classes, and I joined the classes, went through the whole JavaScript and intro programming classes, and then I got invited to CTD Labs, and I've been here since working on various projects.
Well, what's it like being at CTD Labs?
It's very amazing, very supportive. I think, that's why it's a very, great success. The support is amazing all the way from the staff to the mentors, even between, the apprentices. We all help each other to continue learning and support each other any way we can to become great developers.
Thinking back on when you were teaching yourself to code and now, how has sort of your outlook on life changed, your possibilities?
Yeah, life has definitely changed. I know in the beginning when I started coding, it was very frustrating. Just whole different, language you have to learn, frameworks. And something that helped me out a lot too was just, when you have a bug or just learning the code, just break things down into smaller pieces. And I apply that to my life as well now. From a small task from the house or a big task, if someone fixing the car, I try to think of how to break it down in smaller pieces to get it done and just come out with the best scenario possible.
And you're working on an app for an art museum. Do you go to museums often?
I didn't growing up. I didn't go to many. Maybe once during field trips in the school. But ever since I started working on this app, I've been a couple times, and now it's just it definitely got my interest, and knowing that I'm working on an app that could definitely help more people come and experience the museum, and so it's definitely I think that the app will definitely give more people more reasons to come and visit their local museums.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you're not only a developer for the app, but you're probably even a target audience for it. I've worked in the art space, and I know that arts institutions are constantly being challenged to figure out ways to attract and engage younger, more diverse audiences. So, I guess it's now we can take a look at this new solution.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Drawing from Life web application demo for the North Carolina Museum of Art. This application, it's an application that will be in an exhibition at the North Carolina Museum of Art. That museum visitors can walk through the exhibition and interact with the artwork there at that exhibition. This app will be projected on a projector on a wall through the exhibition, and it will be connected to a station where visitors can stop by and interact with the drawings. So they will see this homepage on a stylus tablet, and they can use their fingers or either their stylus pen to begin drawing or to begin interacting with that web app. This is the home page. It's just general information. You have your North Carolina Museum of Art logo. You have the name. You have some instructions and some story. And you will come and when you're ready to begin, you will click this button to begin, and it will take you to this drawing canvas. And here's just all up to your imagination. Here you have different colors. You have your brushes. Say we want to do some apples. Draw some apples here. Let's see, cast the stems. Let's see, you could draw a key lime pie. Let's see, you got a crust. Set some toppings. So yeah, so this application is for all ages. Anybody's visiting, you could just begin drawing. Here you have your clear art. If you want to erase your canvas, you want to do your last drawing. And yeah, so this pretty much is gonna be live at the exhibition at the museum, and it's just the sky's the limit. Your imagination, you could draw sun, . see, draw some raindrops. So also, if that station is inactive, we will have a screen that pop up to show that to see if you still want to continue drawing or if you want to go to the main page. And if there's no response, then it will automatically go back to the home page for the next person visiting the station, just to begin from the home page. Some of the frameworks we use are it's mostly React.js and JavaScript, and we also use Electron.js to build cross-platform apps, so it can run on Mac and Windows. And yeah, so if you're locally in North Carolina, you could definitely stop by and take a look at the app, and who knows, maybe in the future could even be in many museums around the nation. I will be answering any questions that anybody has. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Kevin. It's such a cool app. We really, really love to see it. We are running a little bit behind now, so I think we're going to save any questions for the very end, and we're going to move right into our next section of talking about how to get involved with Code the Dream, so we make sure we wrap up on time. There are many ways to get involved with Code the Dream. If you yourself are an aspiring software developer or know someone who is, please apply to join our program. Last week, we held a virtual open house week when we opened applications for our classes beginning in early 2022. And those applications will remain open until November 21st. So you can check out all the information at codethedream.org/classes. And we know that Code the Dream has been an incredibly successful program, and we've grown dramatically over the last couple of years. And the only way we've been able to grow in these numbers and in our impact is through the many volunteers that contribute to Code the Dream in many different ways. Volunteer software developers serve as class mentors, project coaches, workshop leaders. We also have company-sponsored teams who come in offering panels on career advice and other things tech-related. So if you or your company are looking to have a meaningful and impactful experience while sharing your expertise, please consider joining us as a volunteer. You can visit codethedream.org/volunteer-opportunities, and that is in the chat. Of course, there's other ways to support Code the Dream as well. You can contract with us to build your next app. Check out that information at codethedream.org/services. You can hire our graduates if you work for a tech company. And of course, every individual can also make a contribution. I'm going to turn it back over to Pam to talk about how you can do that.
Thank you, everyone. Yes, we are grateful for your support, and your support has helped to give people the opportunity to gain skills that can totally change their lives. And as you can see, we've built apps that will have meaning in need. So if you can, today, tomorrow, or the next day, we ask that you donate to Code the Dream so that we can continue to build tools that make the world and our communities a little bit better, and that give opportunities to people in low or underrepresented communities. Of course, we've made it easy for you to make a one-time or a monthly sustaining donation. If you go to codethedream.org/donate, and you'll see the information on your screen. At this point, I want to thank everyone for coming. Lori, did we have any more questions at this point?
We do have a few more questions, but maybe we can close out, and anyone who wants to close out officially, and anyone who wants to stay on to chat, we can make sure we get to those questions.
Yes, great. So just want to thank you for joining us this afternoon. We truly appreciate our funders, partners, donors, supporters, and friends. and everyone who makes Code the Dream possible. As Lori mentioned, we to stay and ask questions as our staff and apprentices will stay on. But those who have to go, we understand, and we look forward to seeing you at our next Demo Day 2022. So thank you, everyone, for coming.
Lori, did you want to take any questions?
Sure. Sorry. Yes, I didn't know when to start. Yeah, great. So we did have a few other questions. We'll get to those. Let's see. Someone asks where we are located and our students are located. Pam, do you want to take that?
We are based in Durham, North Carolina. However, we have students across the U.S. So we have students in 12 to 15 states now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We also had a question earlier on about how our students and apprentices are connected with our clients. So Dan or Daisy, do you want to take that one?
The question was, how are they connected with the clients?
How do we connect? How do clients find us? I think is the root of that question.
Yep. So I think that there's quite a few different ways that people find us. More and more people find us just because it's a little bit of good word of mouth. I think somebody works in the same university as another project that worked with Code the Dream and had really good results. So they come back and are excited to work with such a diverse group that does great work. So that's probably the most common, is just word of mouth through either folks that have contracted with us to do software development work, or in some cases through other kind of partner organizations that have supported Code the Dream.
Great. And then Jose Torres Don has asked, beyond some of the hard skills that are taught, are there other things that students get guidance on in terms of entering the workforce, especially when there's where most hires might have a more traditional route to being hired? Daisy, do you want to take that?
Sure. Thank you for that question. Yeah, and so our students and apprentices learn the hard skills during the coursework and then during the apprenticeship. But during the apprenticeship, they're also engaged full-time in a software development role. And so they get to practice all of the processes and systems and the workflows that are used in on engineering teams, whether they be small startups or large corporations. And so our apprentices get to practice some of the daily habits of being a software developer. For example, practicing an agile methodology and working with clients, working directly with clients, posing questions, being on an iterative team. So they learn a lot of those professional development skills in addition to practicing those hard technical skills as well.
Those were all of the questions that had come in that we hadn't gotten to yet. If anyone has other questions, I believe that everyone has the ability to unmute themselves now. If anyone would like to go ahead, unmute themselves and ask another question. We have, several apprentices still on, and as well as some of our partners as well. And if there are no more questions, that's totally fine too. We would love to see you for our next demo day. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good
Thank
Friday.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.